Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is your reading for May. I invite you to stay, take what resonates, leave what does not. And this is my only account. I'm never going to reach out first. I said this in the other readings, but this is being filmed very late. I'm sorry. I like to do them all like together, but that just did not happen this spring. It's been so busy. So I'm sure quite a few of you can relate to that. But let's get you a message for May and see what's going on. Okay. We'll see what's happening. I love to know where you're watching from in the world, so feel free to drop that in the comments. And if anything resonates, feel free to let me know. Okay. And we will do a few more here. So this is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So the first card coming out here is the Knight of Swords. Swift, moving communication. Wanting to have a conversation very, very badly. And you might know what this conversation is. It seems like you've been really burdened, or something has been on your mind heavily. Could be a conflict with another person. It could be like unresolved tension, words that have been unsaid. Yeah, it could be a lot of things, but I get that there's some sort of conflict. And in the challenge position is the Seven of Wands. So that tells me that you're feeling guarded to some degree, like you're going to need to really stand your ground. And I think you're also, this isn't like an aggressive card. I mean, it can be, but like in this sense, I don't get that this is like an aggressive thing you're doing. This is more just like, these are two very like, kind of cards, like wanting to move forward very quickly. But I get that it's more like this is very purposeful moving action, and I'm holding my boundaries firmly for a reason. So I get that there's purpose behind what you're doing. And the root of it is like, I think you are carrying a lot of burdens. Like I had said, it's the Ten of Wands is carrying too much weight, possibly carrying things that don't belong to you energetically. And maybe somebody projected some of their own trauma on you, or projected like their own grievances that they're working through themselves onto you. And maybe there was a time period where you listened to this person and you heard them out and reflected and were kind of like, like maybe I am the issue. Am I the problem? And part of you maybe took that on for a while just to appease the other person because you just were tired and didn't want conflict. But that's taken from you. That's sucked the life out of you, Taurus. And take that if it resonates. I see in the past, like you were really standing in your power, being very direct, and possibly this person, I get that this person maybe is, this is no disrespect, but is somewhat of like a crybaby, or like very emotional, does not like to be confronted, or I'm just seeing tears, like teardrops, cries very easily, and gets their feelings hurt. Possibly you felt like you needed to mute yourself to some degree, like not be this direct or fiery or passionate. And I think like you generally don't tolerate a lot of anything annoying. And this person having so many emotions got to be a little annoying. And you're sort of like taking a step back from this energy to, again, appease them. And I think part of you was just carrying a lot of this person's wounds that they haven't sorted through yet. As though they're your own. Like, oh, this person's hurting because I was too harsh. Maybe. But like, also this person is hurting because their ego is getting bruised, or they don't take confrontation well. And I just see that you're over it. And this conversation, I think, might be like, hey, I need to talk to you because, like, one, I don't like that we're fighting, but also I don't have capacity for you to be always upset with me. Or that's the impression I think this person is giving you. And I think you are really seeking some clarity on, like, are you mad at me? Are you upset about something very specific? And if so, please be direct and tell me what that is so that we can sort through it. I get that you're not, again, you're not going about this aggressively, but you are kind of at a point where, like, I'm burned out and I want to find resolution quickly. Otherwise, I'm going to check out and leave. Taurus, you're sitting in your own energy right now, the Empress. Very abundant, very magnetic, sexy. I feel like a lot of people are looking at you right now if you're single, or if you're in a relationship. If you're not looking either, that's totally fine, but people are looking at you a lot. So this is how you're sitting right now, and you might have a lot of new opportunities right now with work. You might have just gotten a promotion. You could have just moved into a new home. Like, upgrades is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing upgrades, even spiritual upgrades. Like, you might be really developing a stronger connection with your intuition. But this is a really fruitful season for you in many, many ways. I think like new friend groups, new connections, just a lot of new experiences. And possibly you feel like this person, or it could have been multiple people, was holding you back from experiencing some of this. And spending some time away from them has allowed you to really go out of your comfort zone. And it's been really good. It's also been sad, and it's okay to honor both. Or it's been lonely without this other person, because I think they were like a very integral part of your life, and imagining them not in it is sad. And I think that is why you're coming forward with this communication, because you do want to find a way to make it work with this person, but it can't go back to the way things were with them. I don't know. I don't think it's entirely them. I do think that there is a part of you that needs to meet them halfway. So I think part of you needs to, one, be in the right energy to hear them out if they're having something emotionally going on and they need to talk about it. Like, I think there does need to be an equal give and take in how you like are communicating, and maybe there's some of that is lacking. So either I think you need to be very clear when you're not in the right headspace to have that kind of conversation, but still honor them and honor that their emotions are valid, and just say, hey, like, not right now, but I would love to talk about this when I've had a nap, or I've eaten a good meal, or something, like, just to restore your energy. And that is self-honoring, because you're choosing to replenish your own energy first, but you're also not dismissing this person and making them feel like what they're experiencing isn't real. And I think that maybe is why they're reacting so intensely, because they feel like you don't understand them, or they feel like there's this lack of being understood. Subconsciously, I think like you are very connected to your own, again, like emotional intuition, but also your own emotions. You wear your heart on your sleeve, but I think you've been burned a couple times. So this again is in the subconscious mind. So this isn't like the first thing people see when they look at you. They see this one. They see this amazing magnetic, like, ooh. But this is very nurturing energy, and it is very like, these are kind of similar, but this is much more like, oh, this person has their shit together. And this person is very like nurturing and calming and comforting. And I think like you are able to get into this energy, but you have to be in the right frame of mind again. And maybe you've just been busy with all these new things with work, and you just haven't had time to check in emotionally for a while. I do see that whatever conversation you're planning on having is going to work out, like, to some degree. It may not turn out exactly the way that you think it's going to, but there is going to be justice to some degree. I think for both of you. I think both of you are going to have an opportunity to share what's been on your mind, on your heart. I do think that Spirit is just giving you like a little warning about the Seven of Wands. Like, be really mindful not to make assumptions about what this person is thinking or what their intentions were. Really just hear them out and let them explain what their mode of operation was. If there was a specific argument, things said, things maybe misinterpreted. I get that something probably has been misinterpreted, and I think there's going to be an opportunity to really clarify what you meant and what they meant. But there does need to be this willingness and openness to receive the other, and I think it seems like you are open to that, but just be mindful of that. There is, yeah, okay. There is there is a lot still of ego coming out here, like wanting to win. And I think Spirit, again, is just saying, like, this isn't, you two are not opponents. Okay? Like, you're not opponents here. You are not necessarily partners, but like, this isn't somebody you're in competition with. Like, this person isn't trying to fight you and isn't trying to, like, battle you. I don't think, but maybe they are. But I get that there is so much ego wrapped up in why this argument is still happening, and this needs to come down a little bit. It's like you have to die to yourself a little bit to let this person in and explain, and really to receive the other person, you have to step back from your own. I think part of you is healing a shadow aspect of yourself. That ego gets in the way, and yeah, I think this is going to be different for everybody, but I think that this has been the biggest block for why things have been unresolved for quite some time. Yeah, and I do see that, like, you really want to move forward, because the World card, it tells me that, like, ending cycles, ending past grievances is really on your mind. So I think, like, yes, you're showing up in this energy, but you're aware of it and you're clocking it, and you're really trying to counteract any toxicity. So no judgment for me. I'm just reading what the cards are saying. But I see that, like, the World is here and you're really wanting to tie up some karmic ties, and really resolve any issues that are outstanding, because there's so much more to the connection you have with this person. And I think you want to get back to what drew you in the beginning, whether this is a friendship, a family member, a romantic partner, a situationship. I mean, it could be so many things and so many experiences that you guys are having. But I think whatever grievances you had in the past are meant to be left in the past, but they do need to be talked about. They can't just be shoved under the rug. And this might be kind of that energy, like wanting to shove it under the rug and move forward, or just share your piece and move on. But Spirit's saying, like, this does need to be addressed. Like, each person needs to share what's been on their heart, on their mind, to be able to completely close this cycle out. And I see you showing up with a lot of strength and courage, and really rising to the occasion to do something that's sort of out of your comfort zone. And maybe that is to, again, be vulnerable, be emotionally vulnerable. Maybe you were silenced as a child, or told, like, not to cry in specific environments. I don't know. That's a very specific message for somebody, but I'm getting that, like, emotions are really maybe not something that feels safe sometimes. So I think this person does make you feel emotionally safe to open up. And I think you're really, really trying to show up for this person and meet them in the same energy that they're showing up for you. So Taurus, this is really, really good. I mean, wow, 13 minutes. Okay, sorry. This just kept on going and going. But again, this Justice card is really sticking out to me. I think you're going to be pleased with the outcome, even if it isn't what you're expecting. So that's your reading for May. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.